In the last session, we have seen how to analyze a Moore model, which depends upon the present state alone. Okay, now we will move on to a new concept called as state minimization. Okay, so why this state minimization has to be carried out? It is because, so in order to avoid the redundant states which is existing, so when I say it as a redundant state, it is nothing but for the same input, if I am going to have the same output and next state, for the same input, if I am going to have the same output and next state, then one state can be discarded. Okay, so what might be the use for this? Why we have to cut one state? It is because we can reduce, when you are going to reduce the number of states, okay, we are going to reduce the number of flip-flop. What does it mean? Suppose if I am going to have two states, that is A and B, means 2 power n. So 4 states, that is, if you are going to have, you will have 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. So if I am going to reduce the number of states, in other words, I am going to reduce the number of flip-flops. Thereby, I will reduce the cost of the digital circuit which is employed. Okay, now here, in the last case, what we have done? We have done the state table from which we have drawn the state diagram. Since this state diagram is a graphical representation of the state table. Okay, now whereas here they have given the diagram, that is the state diagram is given. From the state diagram, we are going to compute your state table and we are going to check which are the redundant states, and that we will eliminate and form the reduced state diagram. Okay, so that we are able to save the cost. Okay, now let us see, they have given how many states is given. So 5 states are given. So what are the components of your state table? The present state, next state and your output. Okay, here itself I have written in the form of the reduced state table. So here itself I put the input. Okay, so x is equal to 0, x is equal to 1, x equal to 0, x equal to 1. So 4 components are there: present state, next state, output and your inputs. So this comprises your state table. Okay, now I have written all the states. Now from the state diagram, you are just going to frame your state table. Let us see how to do it. So now what happens? Your state A goes to state B. Okay, when my input is 0, output is 0. So when my input is 0, output is 0. So these two datas will be filled now. Now the next case, A goes to state C. A goes to state C when my input is 1 and my output is 0. So A goes to state C, A goes to state C when my input is 1 and my output is 0. When my input is 1 and the same when my input is 1, what is my output? 0. Okay, in this fashion you have to fill the table. For example, the next case B. B, what happens? It goes to D when my input is 0 and my output is 1. So B goes to the state D when my input is 0. The same when my input is 0, what is my output? 1. Next, B goes to E. I think I have left out one. B goes to E. Okay, B goes to E when my input is 1. Okay, and when my input is 1 and when my input is going to be 1, so what is going to be my output? Output is going to be 0. So in this fashion you have to fill your table. Once this is done with, now you have to identify. So how I told you, what are the redundant condition? For the same input, condition, so what are the outputs you are going to have? What are the next states you are going to have? The same, for the same input, if you are going to have the same output and next state, then in that case one state you can discard off. Let us check. So which are the things which is going to be in the same fashion? I think these two. The state C and E, if you see, they have the same next state and they have the same output. Same next state and same output. In this case, I can discard my state E, and wherever E comes, I can replace it by C because both are equivalent. So that's what it is written. The same table is going to be copied here, and here you have a state called as E. So this E state has been replaced by C, and the last state has been discarded. Now for this reduced state table, you draw the diagram again. Now how many states you have? See, now you could see that one state gets reduced. So what are the possible combinations? A, B, C and D. Written. Now what you have to do? A goes to the same diagram you are going to draw. A goes to B at 0, because this condition is going to exist. Here alone you have to find a change. So A goes to B when the input is 0, 0 over. So A goes to B when the input is 0, at that time output is 0. Then A goes to C. So A goes to C when my input is 1 and output is 0. So 1 bar 0. So this condition is over. Similarly, the next thing, B. B goes to D. So B goes to D. B goes to D when my input is 0. When that input is 0, output is 1. So 0 bar 1. Okay. So B goes to 1 minute ma. B goes to D when my input is 0. Okay. At the same input, here the output is, here it is 1. Okay. So now here B goes to C. The next condition is B goes to C when my x is 1. When my x is 1, at the corresponding when x is 1, output is 0. So in this fashion you have to see this E has been replaced by C. In this fashion you have to frame your diagram. So for example, in this case, last case, if you see, D goes to A. So D goes to A when my input is 0 and output is 0. D goes to D itself when x is 1. So D goes to D itself when x is 1. When x is 1, go here. When x is 1, what is your output? Output is 0. So in this way, you have to draw the state diagram, that is the reduced state diagram. Okay, now from this case you could see it is a small problem where we could see that we are able to eliminate one state. Thank you. So in the next session we will be seeing about what is state assignment, what are the rules for state assignment and what is the need for state assignment. Thank you.